I am really delighted to be introducing Sahar Mustafah, who, I'm going to take zero credit, this has nothing to do with it, but was my student at one point in time. No longer could learn, I'd happily take a class from her any day now. So. Sahar is the daughter of Palestinian immigrants, an inheritance she explores in her fiction. Her first novel, The Beauty of Your Face, came out in 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, from Norton, and it was named a 2020 notable book and editor's choice book by the New York Times Book Review, which is an enormous honor, especially for a debut novel. It was the Los Angeles Times United We Read selection. It was longlisted for the Center for Fiction First Novel Prize, and it was a finalist for the Palestine Book Awards. She writes and teaches outside of Chicago, and here she is.
What a lovely day this has been. I came here thinking that I was going to gift this residency, and that's not happening. And Jasmine said, keep it, hold on to it. There's such a beautiful energy at Ragdale. I haven't been, I've seen the pictures, brochures, and I just feel completely at home. And to spend time today with such stellar writers, artists, has really just, confirmed how important writing community is. I feel like a late bloomer because I've been teaching for about 26 years, and being the daughter of immigrants, the idea of having a professional writing career was just not in the realm of possibilities. So after, especially after disappointing my parents for not becoming a lawyer or an engineer, my father, when I told him I wanted to be a teacher, said, "But you'll be a principal one day, right?" And so it's constantly, topping. So I want to talk just a little bit about The Beauty of Your Face, which it was just so amazing working under Rebecca's mentorship. That was my first sort of exploratory draft. For me, fiction is just a way to reckon with critical moments, with events that are pretty awful, pretty challenging. And so this book is inspired by the real-life hate killing of 3 Muslim Americans in 2015. Sahar Mustafah, her sister Nizan, and her husband, Shadi Dia-Barakat. And when that happened, I was just rattled because it was a different kind of violence. Being a teacher, gun violence is pretty close. The scenarios that my colleagues and I, we try not to imagine, are a student, a young person bringing a gun, into the school building. But in this case, I imagined an adult coming into an Islamic American school, and we are swept back in time and we just sort of follow Ataf Rahman's journey to Islam, the principal of this particular fictitious school, but it also alternates with the shooter's story. And just like what Alex was talking about, storytelling is just so important to me, is so powerful, and I just wanted this book to also expand the narratives around Arab and Muslim communities. I grew up without any representation. In fact, past college did I find, Arab American authors, Muslim authors. And so for me, this feels like a responsibility, a serious one, sometimes a burden, but I'm here for it. And this is the second life that I feel very grateful and privileged to cultivate. So, a place like Ragdale just allows me to keep telling, these kinds of stories, to make time and space. So I hope I'll be able to get in sooner than later. So I just want to thank you all for coming out and supporting.